What's up, fam? It's your boy Rails, aka Swaggy T. And I'm about to hit you guys with that part 3 to that top 25 basketball YouTubers from Kick Genius, mainly from Trey, you feel me? And it's the top 5. I think this might be the longest video. It's only 5 people we doing in this one. I don't know if we're doing honorable mentions, but I'm about to give you all my quick predictions who's gonna make this top 5 before we start the video. We probably gonna see Trey, of course, Jay, Jones. He might put the Professor in there, Soluminati, probably LSK. That's my 5. Not sure which order, but that's my 5 that I think he might throw in there. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share. I'm about to get straight into this thing. See what the top 5 is.
Now let's talk top 5. This is where it gets real interesting. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the notorious YG West. Now YG West, 3-time SneakerCon champ, just like his brother, he is a hustler. He will give his all every single possession. Now I don't want to come off condescending, and I'm not. Just allow me to help you guys for a quick second. Despite YG scoring 20, 25, or even 31 game, the reason he still comes in at number 5 is because of how those points are accumulated. If you actually play with YG or just look at some of the footage that's out there, you'll see that when he scores, he's either coming off 1 screen, 2 screens, or sometimes even 3. And there's nothing wrong with that. What you guys have to understand though, is when we're playing with YouTubers, these guys, they're YouTube, they create content. They don't know how to switch. They don't know how to hedge and recover. That's not in their repertoire. They don't have to know that. But when you have somebody like YG who sees that and takes advantage, which again, I can't blame him for that, but as a viewer, and especially somebody who is going to judge and rank these players, you have to know the difference. It's imperative that you know the difference. Because on the flip side, when you actually play against people who every position is filled with somebody who can defend, who has defensive IQ, and a big man switches on you, who can actually slide his feet, and now you need some sauce to get by and create your own shot, those freebies are no longer there for YG. There's just no sauce in his bag. He went through the drive-thru and they forgot to give him barbecue. Checking the bag, there's no ranch. You know what I'm saying? Like, no hate, but you know what I'm saying? YouTube game, yeah, all fine and all.
Basically, he's saying he could score, like he finds ways to score, but he's nothing special where if somebody that knows how to play defense, there's no screen or anything like that, he's not gonna sauce nobody with no crossover, no none of that to get by him.
Hey, again, don't get twisted again, because like even if you're open, you gotta hit the open shot. YG's knocking them down. He's no slouch. Those games are so far from realistic that you just can't weigh him the same. If I saw YG score 12 points, all off open shots, and I saw another guard score half as much, but he created each and every one of his shots, guess who I'm taking on the road with me? Guess who I'm taking to the Drew League? A nigga that can create his own shot. Where there's no slouches. Nobody to really take advantage of. Unless you're really that just good. See what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta realize, it's not all about stats. I know you guys see the points from the SneakerCon games, but again, we are talking, this is YouTube. You just gotta see past that type of stuff sometimes. Number 4. I'm rolling with Hoopin' Life. I haven't seen too many videos, but from what I have seen, he hoops. And that's really all that needs to be said. The only difference between Hoopin' Life and YG is the fact that Hoopin' Life can create his own shot. And that's very important when we're talking about a 5-on-5 situation where everybody on the court is going to be able to play defense on an individual basis and a team basis. So where Hoopin' Life is going to prosper is he gets past his defender, say big man comes up in the middle, Euro. Hoopin' Life has that in his repertoire. Boom, drive past defender. Again, big comes up the block, body, finish. I've seen Hoopin' Life do it. It's not just coming off a screen, open shot, boom. Which that's fine too, you need that. But who has more than that? These guys I'm naming now. Number 3, Jay motherfucking Jones. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and brag about my brother because it would seem biased, but anybody who I've named on this list so far who wants to check up for real, I got 5 racks on Jay. Cash,
he's at 5 on Jay.
Serious inquiries only. Coming in at number 2, LSK. Now, I want to start off by saying I'm not one of those guys who rank somebody solely based off height. Yes, LSK is 6'10", and yes, that height is gonna help. But if you're not using that height in the most effective way possible, down in
not
the
gonna be good.
post, then what's the point of even arguing that point? And that's not a knock to LSK. That's a knock to whoever I heard put LSK at number 1 because he's 6'10" and he'll be able to bully anybody he plays based off his height. But LSK doesn't post up though. He will tell you he's not gonna post, cause I don't know if you guys pay attention, but he said multiple times that he has some type of head injury that if it gets too physical, the health consequences can be severe. I don't know his exact situation, but he has a reason for not getting physical. And in saying that, the height thing, it's like I said, it's gonna help, but not by that much. Not if all you're gonna do is shoot. Yes, if you let LSK shoot,
like a shot creator.
Burn that bitch. Don't.
Yeah, he's pretty much like a shot creator. Like, he don't ever really get in the post too much, really. I ain't never seen him really back somebody down and start using his height only. That's what makes him like a little bit actually like more skill, because he don't just stick to using his height, you know?
Shoot. But yeah, I honestly, I don't want to stay on this too long because I don't want to speak negatively about LSK. I will say, and let me preface this, because I know anything I say that's not overly optimistic is gonna Trey's taking shots at LSK. It's not the case.
Right.
It will never be the case. So let me preface this statement I'm about to make with a couple of points. LSK, great person, good ball player. I would consider a good friend of mine. The conversations we've had, they're great. He's one of the few YouTubers who can actually articulate themselves, which is really weird. There's a lot of YouTubers who can't properly articulate themselves. LSK, probably the baddest on YouTube. LSK, I ain't been looking. But let's be real. Kudos. LSK has some of the most premium brand. He's getting to the bag. I could go on for days, but if we're talking about on court, from what I've seen with my own 2 eyes, you can tell LSK, he's 6'10", but he was one of those guys who was really tall, who seems like he didn't want to play basketball, but he was forced to. I haven't talked to him about it, but I can see that. I think any experienced ball player can see that. It's not in him like that. Does that mean he's not good? No, it doesn't. He can still beat everybody I've named so far. He's gifted. He has a height that only 0.5% of the whole earth has. But the difference between number 2 and number 1. The number 1 spot is reserved for somebody who can like go. And when I say go, I'm no longer talking about what you've seen necessarily. You can't see this because there's no footage. We're talking YouTubers. In my mind, I'm thinking about who will survive in a real game, a real competitive game.
Is he about to name himself?
There's an answer for LSK. There's not an answer for the number 1 spot. The number 1 spot, if they're having a good day,
is he about to name himself?
Wrap it up. just wrap it up. They're more in the competition with themselves than they are their actual opponent. So without further ado, the number 1 spot goes to Soul Illuminati. 10,000 hours. B. Dot. And myself. Now, whoa.
Bruh. I swear I did not think he's gonna put Soul Illuminati at number 1. Like, soon as I didn't see him like in the other number, I'm like, he's not putting Soul Illuminati on this. What? I ain't gonna lie, this is crazy.
Chaos. I know. Look, you have to realize that there's some. This list is tricky because there is nothing we can use to distinguish this tier. There is nothing. Even if
they're talking about his
all 4 of these individuals play one-on-one. Let's say Soul Illuminati beats all of us. Still don't care. Let's say B. Dot beats all of us. One-on-one. Still don't care. Because when you get to this level, one-on-one does not define how great you are in the game of basketball. That is irrelevant. The game of basketball is so much bigger. I guarantee you, if us 4 played one-on-one all day, there's not one definite person that would win every time. That's how close it is. Soul is gonna win some games. Devin Williams is gonna win some games. B. Dot, I'm gonna win some games. Every person in this tier, this number 1 spot, has their strengths. Soul Illuminati, he's 6'6", and like I said, like I get why you guys hate on the guy. I don't know him personally, but like I keep preaching, it doesn't take much to see if a nigga can hoop or not. It takes a couple of dribbles. I can see the way your body stretches out when you do a layup. I can. It's easy. I didn't need the IRL footage.
You could tell if somebody know how to hoop or not by their body language, by the way they dribble, their posture. You could just tell hooper if you really hoop. You could tell what a hooper is.
He put on his channel. I remember seeing a low quality video and I just saw how he drove baseline. Like, it was easy. I knew right then that he was better than Again, these are my niggas, but LSK, I knew it. I know people may not like his personality. I'm not here to judge that. I'm being objective about his basketball skill set. I haven't seen much, but like I said, I can tell he can hoop. He's 6'6", that's a great size. He looks like he can shoot. B-Dot, I played with B-Dot. B-Dot can really go. If you want me to be honest, if we all four played right now, B-Dot may be the most.
I ain't gonna lie, he made a lot of strong points in his whole argument about all these people. But who I think is the best, I might say Soul Illuminati. I might put Trey ahead of B-Dot, then B-Dot, then the other dude. I ain't never seen the other dude really hoop. But just going off of what I would say, that's what I would think, you know? He's saying he think B-Dot probably edge out everybody, but we pretty much know his top 5 now and his reasoning, because he's saying that basically you never know who's gonna win, you feel me? So it's up to y'all, but comment your top 5. Who you think is better out of them 4 at the number 1 spot? Who would you take on your Drew League team? And we're gonna just wrap it right here because we know his list now. But don't forget to comment, share, subscribe, like.